We know that physical, chemical, and emotional stress can impact and does impact the way the brain moves through development. The science is there. We know this. Here's the other thing. We know that it's not just, oh, I happen to be in the vicinity of stress. It is the actual neurological responses, neurometabolic responses, neurophysiological responses that happen inside the brain and the body as a result of the stress that can change and alter the way the brain moves through development. Do you see that? It's really simple. Brain, not fully developed at birth, has to move through this trajectory of development. We're going to dig into that. Stress, we know stress, physical, chemical, emotional, can change or alter that trajectory of growth. Problem. We also know it's not just about like, oh, I'm in the vicinity of stress. Like, what is it that's actually happening? What's actually happening when we have that stress? One, we know that is what subluxation is. Subluxation is a response or an adaptation to too much stress, right? Too much stress, we have limitations of matter. That's our chiropractic philosophy and science. Limitations of matter, that fuse has got to blow at some point, right? And that alters, that subluxation alters the way the brain is receiving information from the outside world. It alters the way that the neurological system is communicating to the brain and therefore altering brain function, and in this case, brain development, because if the brain is not receiving appropriate information about outside here or outside here in a sensory capacity, in any capacity, but in a sensory capacity, we know that the brain requires sensory input in all of the ways. The brain requires information to be sent to it in order for it to process, in order for the neurons to be stimulated, in order to start having that migration and pruning and that growth that happens. So if the brain is not fully developed, but we have to move through that development, and we know that stress can impact that, and stress can cause this adaptation or subluxation, which can, like a fuse blowing, alter the information being sent to the brain, that can impact the way the brain is moving through development. That is a problem. Now, we have to be able to go back and we have to be able to like really fully understand all of these categories, but it all starts here.